Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is just like a more detailed video of how to get the spots off your Gashapon figures, anime figures. Spots like when they rub together and they get these little marks on them. So I had to make a video a long time ago, but I'll go into a little bit more detail. I'm still using Barkeeper's Friend. This is the powder version. You can get the liquid version. I think the grit in this is a lot finer. It doesn't have bleach in it like the Comet Cleaner does or the Ajax. You could probably use soft scrub too. It just has like a fine grit in it that'll help you buff it off. Now what you want to do is get a little container. Okay, these are like the little containers that KFC is like putting their, sides on. You could use one of these, or you can use a little dish like this, or whatever, or a little bowl or whatever. So you want to, depending on how many figures you're doing, you want to put some in the container. And then you want a little bit of water in there. Just enough to make a paste. It can be a little bit on the liquidy side. Maybe a little thicker than that. Okay, so make it where it's like that, see it? Nice and gritty. So I already have one made over here on the side. Okay, oops, sorry. I have a toothbrush, and it's an old toothbrush, of course. The ones that have like the rubber in it are really not any more beneficial. I also have a rag, and okay, so you get your figure. All right, you can try it with the let me point you down a little. There we go. So dip your toothbrush into, put the lens cap up, dip your toothbrush into the liquid, stir it every now and then because it settles to the bottom. Alright, and just brush on the spot. Now depending on how rough the spot is, you might need to use the rag. Now as you're doing this, have a bowl of water next to you so that you can rinse it off to see your progress, because the thing is that you don't want to do this really hard. So you can see that the spot is still there. So now I'm going to take the rag, wrap it around my finger, dip it in the solution, and just concentratedly rub right there on that spot. Dip it in the water. And now you can see it's gone. Now the thing with this is, this piece is, of course, it's a leg, and it is entirely made out of this color. The sandal, which I do believe is painted. Now if you were to rub really hard on the sandal, hard, and keep rubbing on it, you would eventually rub the paint off. I'm going to show you some pieces like that too, but it's mostly the skin that really gets rough like this. So okay, let's find a piece. Okay, here's a piece. That's another leg, but see, now the mark is on the colored area. So what I would do is, there's the kitty, meow meow meow. What I do is take the toothbrush and just slightly rub over it, rinse it off, and look to see if it's gone. It's still there. As the phone alarm goes off. So rub a little bit. You want to do this a little bit at a time, because the thing is that if you do it too much, you know, like on it, you're gonna like rub the paint off, and you don't want that. So it's slowly getting lighter. So I'm gonna take my rag and just slowly rub it in one direction. And then another, and then do like circles. Rinse it off, and now you can see it's gone. So, okay, let's show you. I have a couple pieces to do here, so I know in the other video I only showed you like a couple. So here's the mark on the white spot. Right there. Now, most likely this entire piece, if this piece right here is the same color, that means that this piece is entirely white plastic. So you can just dip it in and rub. Scrub, scrub, rub, rub. I'll give you some tips and tricks in order to prevent this from happening in the first place. And do's and don'ts at the end here. So as you can see, now it's gone. Okay. Here's another piece that's painted that has a mark on the painted spot, because here you can clearly see that this piece is flesh colored and that this robe is not. It's painted. So what you want to do is dip a little bit, you know, stir, because it's settling to the bottom and the water is coming to the top. Rub in all kinds of directions. Circle, and you're not applying a lot of pressure. Do not apply a lot of pressure, or you're going to rub the paint off. You only needed to scrub it a little bit. So rinse and repeat. I'm telling you, if you rub too hard, you're gonna have a white spot or a flesh colored spot. So as you can see, it's all gone. There's a little spot in the front here. Alright, I got mostly legs here, but here's a good one. Now this piece is flesh colored, but it has a stocking on it. So again, you're going to rub real light in all the different directions, circling. You're basically just buffing the spot up. Now that part's gone. And then there's another mark down at the ankle. Now, as you can see, it's gone. Okay, so that's really it. There ain't nothing to it. Here's some more There's another figure. I'm gonna wet it a little bit first, and then rub it. I couldn't get her legs off. Oh, there's one. Because usually, I know I'm a goofball. Sometimes I glue my figures together. So since this one is flesh, you could just take it and scrub, 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 scrub. Now, you can really do this on any figure. Your big PVC figures, your smaller gashapon figures, and stuff like that. Here's some tips. When you're packaging all your figures together for moving or something like that, if you haven't glued them together, take them all apart and put the separate parts in the separate parts, just like when you got it. If you got it straight from a seller that sold it to you in one piece, then fine. If it can come apart, then fine. But usually when you buy a new figure or something, it comes with plastic in between the pieces, or it comes with the pieces separated in the little baggies, you know, and then you pull them apart. Well, there's a reason for that. It's because so the colored parts don't hit the non-colored parts and they nick each other up. So because these figures were in a drawer all together, they got nicked up by each other. And I have so many figures, so I, you know, put them all in Ziploc bags and throw them in one big box. So what you want to do to prevent that is to individually wrap them together. Like if you have a set of gashapon or gachapon, however you want to say it, okay? And you have, you know, legs, you know, you can seal all those legs in one bag together. This pink and this gray is going to be less likely to rub off, and this white to rub off onto the flesh as if you had packed it with this piece. This blue piece would most likely nick the legs up, or her hair, or her the red parts on her arm. Okay, so keep your figures wrapped up by color, or just wrap them all up entirely. Okay, what else? Never, and I can't express this more, never use acetone, nail polish remover, paint thinner, or anything like that on your PVC figures. Nail polish would be the safest one, but just don't use it, because what happens is the acetone loves plastic, loves PVC. It will melt your figures. Only certain figures that are made out of like resin or porcelain and stuff like that will be resistant to the acetone. But never use acetone, nail polish remover, paint thinner, any of that stuff on your figures. Always use this method. Always just rub on the legs and the parts with the rag until you get the spots off. Now you might have some spots where it's really tight to get in. That's where the toothbrush comes in handy. Okay, if you see that you're starting to pick up the paint, then stop, because the thing is you're gonna have a big mark on your figure, and you don't want that. So the product that I'm using is Barkeeper's Friend. It has a small grit in it. You can get it at Walmart or any kind of high quality supermarket. Like, you're not going to find it at like a Unimart or something like that. It's made for porcelain, chrome, stainless steel, fiberglass, copper, tile, brass. It's good for cleaning your sinks and your pots and pans. But it's really good for this too. You can also use a soft scrub, like I said. It's liquidy. You just dip it in and just buff a little. You can use the magic eraser. Yes, you can use the knockoff ones from the dollar store. Just lightly do it. You know, lightly dip it in the water. Keep checking to make sure that you're getting the spot off. To get into tight areas. Okay, say you want to get into an area. I had this question. Say you want to get into an area where, say for instance, okay, this leg right here. Say that it's really far in there. Like, the mark is in there. God only knows how it got in there. Way, way, way in there. You want to take your toothbrush, okay? Mix the stuff up. Always mix the stuff up. Take your toothbrush, get it pretty saturated, and then just go in the direction, you know, the easiest to get in there. Like if you were cleaning something out of it. Brush, brush, brush. Rinse it off. Brush, brush, brush some more. Can you please let the cat out? Just keep brushing, 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 brushing. And it should take care of it. If you have a spot where the figures say is wearing like an outfit where it's like straps, like skin, straps, skin, straps, skin, straps, and you don't, and the spots are on the skin but not on the straps, and the straps are black, just do that method. Just dip it in and just keep rubbing real lightly in the area to see if you can get the spot out. Don't push hard. You're gonna rub the paint off, okay? If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below. Again, thank you for watching the video. This method will work. I'll show you one more piece. Here, there's a mark here on the white area. This is totally white. Although this mark might be super glued. Which I think it is. Let's get the rag here. Yeah, that marker's super glued. So, but it works as a good cleaner too. For if you have like figures that are really here's a whole bunch of marks on the back. So don't run over that. That's paint and it'll come off. I mean, alright, I'll show you for the video. See? That's what it'll do. It'll take this paint right off. Unfortunately, some marks might be so bad that you can't get them off all the way, but you could probably make them a lot lighter. So, try it, see if it works, and good luck to you. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. If you like videos like this, subscribe if you want to. You know, no pressure. So, okay, thanks for watching. Bye.